Messenger, either one of you guys can answer this, but obviously a cold shooting first half. You guys end up going down 11 in the first minutes of the second half. Was this comeback to say about the resiliency of the team?
Yeah, I was, you know, and I feel like we could have folded at halftime. You know, we could have gave up on each other, but to see us all to continue to trust each other this early in the season, you know, I feel like that says a lot about us. You know, so I'm happy we was able to get the win. I'm happy we stayed together most of all and stayed positive.
Peyton Brooker at WAB for Jaylin. What was kind of the feeling getting that last layup to get the final scoring points for the team tonight?
Shoot, trying to get the stop the next play. I knew the game wasn't over after that. It felt good to get that go-ahead bucket, but we knew we had more work to do, and we ended up getting the stops we needed.
Bobby Keegan with the Post. This could also be for either of you. So obviously there was quite a big size disadvantage because they had such big guards. So how were you two able to still score effectively just in the paint despite?
I think definitely they gave us a different coverage you probably haven't seen all year. Just when we drive, there wasn't a lot of helping. A lot of other teams help from different areas. So just being strong, not really expecting a foul call when we go up for layups. Like they do a good job of walling up and kind of leaning their body on us legally. So we were just taught to finish through the contact.
Bobby Morgan with the Post. Can either one of you just take me through that last play where the ball was 7 seconds left and ultimately that missed three-pointer secured the win?
I feel like we all knew we had to get back with a lot of urgency, especially that late in the game with 7 seconds left, you know. And I tried to stop the ball as fast as I could, and then we saw the shooter wide open, but, you know, luckily he missed, you know, and luckily we was able to get the win. But at the same time, you know, I'm sure everybody, you know, got a little worried at that point, but at the same time, we rallied together no matter what, we was able to get that win.
Elmore for you, 5 rebounds on the day, 3 offensive, and it seemed like every time you had an offensive board, it led right back to a putback. So just how prideful are you of that being a part of your game, kind of crashing the boards, kind of getting those dirty points in a sense?
I would say I'm very prideful about it. You know, I understand that our team needs guys who are willing to, you know, rebound like that, especially like you said earlier, you know, we're kind of undersized compared to most teams, so. But at the same time, I understand that we got to be tougher, you know, no matter what, and we got to get those type of possessions and get us extra shots like that. So I just take a lot of pride in every game.
You scored 21 points tonight, but as like the announcer said on the intercom, like everyone on who could play tonight scored. What do you feel as like a team, everyone contributing, just everyone putting in effort to get the win today?
We have an extremely deep team, you know, and everybody's bought in right now, and I feel like that shows every time we step foot on the floor. And I feel like the guys on the bench, they lifted us up when we needed it many times this game, and that's another big reason why we were able to win this game.
You guys mentioned it a little bit, but just kind of how the offense struggled in the first half versus the second half. What was kind of the key to that switch and overall efficiency in the second half?
At halftime, we always go in, we always say 20 more minutes, you know, and we look at the second half as 0-0. You know, we don't care about the first half as much. You know, we understand that we got 20 more minutes and another opportunity to try to win the game. So we all came out with a new mindset, and then we executed our game plan.
Final question for me. You guys have 3 home games left going in for this big stretch. What's going to be some of the takeaways from this Delaware game going into the next few games in this for next 3 home games?
I would say get out to a faster start. I would say we kind of got out to a slow start, obviously, today, but at the same time, I feel like going forward, we're going to learn from it, and, you know, we're going to know that we got to come in ready to play no matter what.
I would say just knowing that we're not invincible at home. Obviously, it's a big home court advantage, but maybe we're a little complacent today. Maybe not. Just that we were at home, we were kind of a little bit maybe too comfortable to start it off. Obviously, we figured it out towards the end, but just knowing that we're not invincible at home, we got to still play the same way.
Okay.
Eric Decker, the Athens Messenger coach. A lot of adversity for you guys today, especially Bulls being out, kind of cold shooting first half and then getting down double digits in the second. What does just the effort and the ability to come back say to the resiliency of this team so far this year?
Exciting. It's really exciting. We talked about going into this game that there's going to be adversity at some point, and with 3 fifth-year seniors, just, you know, stay together, and we're going to lean on those guys to help us get through this valley together. And those guys stayed together. They stayed together. They were resilient. We stayed communicating, and you know, Coach did a great job of just giving us, you know, the keys to the vehicle. And as a staff, we did a great job of just collaborating and doing everything from a collaboration standpoint. We did a phenomenal job, and our players, they did a phenomenal job.
I'm Peyton Brooker with WAB. One of the things Preston Harris said after the game was over, everyone that played on the court contributed at least scoring today. What's been kind of the motivation for these players getting on the court, off the bench, contributing to this comeback win tonight?
One of our biggest things right now is just impacting winning without scoring. And there were some toughness plays that we made down the stretch of the game. There were some toughness plays that we sprinkled in the first half. Like Aiden's jump ball was huge. That was a great game-swinging play. We were able to start the second half with the possession. Those guys, they stayed together. They were great. They were great.
Only 3 turnovers in the entire game for the offense. What was the key to kind of the extra precautions with the basketball overall and just
like I said earlier, we did a great job of just collaborating. And Coach Barlow, he does the offense, and phenomenal scout, like normal, right? And those guys, they were locked in, they were dialed in. They had the intense focus, not just focused, and they listened to the scout and they paid attention to it. And he did a phenomenal job with just, making sure we were in the driving seat to value possessions, because we knew this was going to be a tight game going into it. These games are hard for us, especially with such a young team. Even though we have 3 fifth-year guys, we're still fairly new. He did a great job, and they were locked into the scout, and they did a phenomenal job taking care of the basketball.
Bobby Keegan with the Post. So what was kind of the message going into those last 10 minutes in the game? Obviously having a double-digit deficit, the game kind of getting away from you guys, and then obviously coming back there in the last time.
One possession at a time. There was one media. I said we just got to continue to keep chopping wood, right? And if you're not scoring, find a way to impact winning. No matter if you're on the bench, no matter if you played well, no matter if you're playing well, find a way to impact success today. And so as long as we can give ourselves an opportunity at success, we kept talking about that at halftime when we were down 8 points, and they just kept fighting. It was great. It was great to watch and be a part of.
Obviously, Elmore with a game-high 21. He had 3 offensive rebounds. It seemed like on every single one it was a putback for more points. So just how important was just his effort and all that today?
His plays were just electric, right? Because we were trying to find someone to finish with good base and balance and finish through the contact and get some and ones and put some pressure, on the rim. And he did a great job of just second half, I'm just going to drive it. I'm going to go right through their chin. I'm going to make some toughness plays. And once he did that, our defense was better. There was energy in the ball once the ball was moving. We made some 50-50 toughness plays down the stretch, and I think a lot of it was because Elmore stepped up and, he was that guy.
What would you say the energy of the crowd was today?
Great. It's fun. I love it. I love playing in the combo. It's amazing. So it was today was a different feel maybe. We felt like we had 3 head coaches, doing a part of the game, different segments. And probably the most memorable moment was when number 3 had a great look and he missed it, and I just turned around and Coach Barlow just tackles me. So that was a great moment, and that was probably the first time during the game I just looked around and I was like, oh wow, this is a great crowd. So.
Anything else?
Awesome. Thank you.